Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I am your host, King053, Mr. Easy Imad, and we're back at it again with another successful gathering by Umkhonto Wesizwe. Well, I'm telling you, again, when we want to sideline the movement of Jacob Zuma, the movement of Ukomanda Jabulani Kumalo, when we want to silent and ignore what Umkhonto Wesizwe are doing, they keep on proving us wrong and proving to us that MK is a force to be reckoned with, not only in KwaZulu-Natal, but Gauteng and other provinces. MK is a serious issue. It's a serious issue. I want to break down just a few clips that I got of Jacob Zuma speaking about what he plans to do with Umkhonto Wesizwe. There's three things I want to highlight there. And also, the whole speech, it caught my attention. It caught my attention because it sounds to me like Jacob Zuma has a bone to pick with the ANC leadership, especially Cyril Ramaphosa. That was quite obvious from the first day that he announced that he wants to back Umkhonto Wesizwe. And also, not only that, people are ignoring the fact that Jacob Zuma is constantly speaking about the history of South Africa in a form of South African suffering, and that suffering must come to an end. He speaks about white people. He says these people have been mistreating our African people. He speaks about how we must fix those historical injustices of South Africa for the people of South Africans. But I also liked what he said about alcohol, young men just drinking in the alcohol, and what he wants to do in terms of taking these boys who have just finished school, got nothing to do, to the army. Listen to this.
Abekho abafana abancane abazoba amavila bahlala etshwaleni no. Uma beqhubeka bedakwa ezinye izizwe zifundisa izingane zazo uzobona umhlobo. Simsa ngenkane esikoleni simfaka imvubu aye esikoleni awufunda hlakaniphe. Asizunengane. Asikwazi ukuthi sihleli singamadoda sekangani ngale ziyaphuza la ekuseni ize liyoshona. Izwe liyafa. Into ezosiza ukuthi senze njalo ukuthi ingane mase zifundile zafika ku matric unyaka azike esikoleni ziyofunda ubusosha. Zifundele ukuvikela izwe lakubo, hlonipha, zibe abantu. Sizoyiqeda lento ukuthi ukhona umalala esikotini. Sizwana. Uyabona ukuthi siyashintsha izwe manje. Yini thina kube khona labantu abalala emapayipini kwezinye izizwe ukukho bodwa. Ubugebengu bulethwa indlala ngoba abantu abasebenzi. Uma elambile umuntu uzothini? Alamba zafe. Uzothatha ke lapha thatha khona. Ukuqeda ubugebengu, ukuqeda ukuhlupheka. Uma singakwenzi lokho, maye babo, wenkosi yami, siyohlupheka kuze kube nini?
I, for one, agree with what Jacob Zuma is saying. If you finish school, don't have anywhere to go, don't know what to do, go to the army. I would have made it compulsory if I wanted to, because the army does not only teach you how to fight, but it teaches you self-discipline. So for me, every 19-year-old would have been in the army if I was in power. For 8 months, every 19-year-old would be in an army for army training. From March up until October, November. I would implement that, because when they come back, the discipline of an army soldier, excuse me, it goes a long way, and you need to catch them while they are still young. So you teach them how to make up their bed, how to respect. You involve other programs like traditional knowledge, political education in the army, so that it should, after they finish their 8 month training, should they decide they stay in the army, it's okay. Should they decide they don't stay in the army, when they go back to the community, you are actually sending good men and women back to the community, because you have taught them serious moral control and moral value in the army. I agree with that. Alcohol has destroyed South Africa. South African is a nightlife country. It's a nightlife country. The amount of drinking here in this country is crazy. So I think high tariffs must be put on. It must be put on the, what you call, on the alcohol, and many of those things must be considered in terms of controlling and regulating the alcohol consumption in South Africa. That thing must be very much covered in South Africa. The young men and young women are drinking their futures away in South Africa. It's very important. I like what Jacob Zuma said. Let's quickly listen to what he said about the Roman Dutch law and what he is planning to do in terms of introducing the African law.
So ushintsha imithetho sizoyishintsha wemba kwethu. Imithetho kukhona isizinza somthetho okuyiwona ephethe yonke eminye imithetho. Ibizwa ngokuthiwa mawugwetshwa nje. Ugwetshwa ngumthetho obizwa ngokuthi oyimthetho yase South Africa. Roman Dutch law. Roman Dutch law. Sibuswa ngomthetho wamaRoma namaDashi. Asikaze sibe ngamaDashi thina noma amaRoma. Kodwa sibuswa ngomthetho. Fanele sibuswe ngomthetho wase-Africa. African law. Not Roman Dutch law. African law. Lo wethu esiwaziyo onobuqiniso. Awugwetshwa ngoba kuthiwa uhlakaniphe kakhulu ngaqamba kodwa uqamba amanga. Khuluma nje iqiniso. Sokwenze njalo. Iy'ngane zethu ngoba inhlupheko yalethwa kithi sasingahlupheki. Esingakwazi ukuya esikoleni ngoba thina abazali asikwazi ukuzikhokhela. Uhulumeni kufanele akhiphe imali afundise lezo zingane. Le esayizama nami ukubhedilisha izingisi engingazazi ngathi free education. Ukuze ingane zikhule zihlakaniphile zikwazi ukusebenzisa izwe lakithi ukuthi lihambe phambili. Igolide lakithi lele lihambayo alizi ukuhamba sosha umthetho. Solimbela la sililungiselele la.
Now, if you focus carefully, you will then understand that Umkhonto weSizwe is the only political party that is speaking about this issue. So Pan-Africanism is deeply rooted in Umkhonto weSizwe. All the other political parties, including the EFF, the ATM, the UDM, every political party has accepted that in the world, we as black people live according to the Roman Dutch law and live to other laws that are not Africans. These laws control our kings, they control our rulers of thrones, they control our chiefs, they control our courts, they control our politicians. This is exactly what is happening in terms of the laws of this country. So I agree with Jacob Zuma. We must find a common African law, the common African law that is going to be practiced throughout the whole African countries, and it will show that we are serious about Pan Africanism in this land of ours. And like I said, I love it because it's only Umkhonto Wesizwe that is speaking about this. You don't hear anyone having problems about the Roman Dutch law. They don't have a problem quoting to you the Roman Dutch law of 1842 and whatever. So embarrassing as Africans that we have to continuously submit to the laws of the Dutch people, the British and Dutch laws that have colonized us. Today we say we are out of the colonization that happened to us, but we still practice their laws. How does that make sense? It shows that the independence is really not. It's artificial, to be honest. So you guys go in the comment section and tell me: would you remove the Roman Dutch laws from practice in the courts? Would you remove it? And would you be happy to endorse the African the common African law into practice? Putting all the African heads of state, all the traditional leaders, and all the professors and the intellectuals of Africa down to form a constitution that Africa can abide in. Would you support such a thing?
fika ucishicishi ngasukuma phansi ngawuqeda nya ngaze ngathi ngeke uphinde ube khona kodwa nganele ngasuka nje wabuya isizathu sawo hayi ngoba konakele ugesi abantu bamabhizinisi ababefuna inhlobo ethile yamabhizinisi yokuthi akuqedwe amalahle kwenziwe okuthile okunye hayi ukuthi izele nje yibo kanye abanamandla abawulethile lokucishicishi. Uyabona ke makunjalo ngeke sithi sinothando ngabantu, kusho ukuthi siyakusho nje lokho. Ngiyafisa ukuthi bantu bakithi ake senze into eyodwa nje balulekile, sizenzele thina bandla. Ke siyeke nje umbango ongasho lutho, ongasibuyiseli lutho. Ke sivote sonke nje, sivotele into eyodwa. Niyawazi ukuthi lento esibiza ngokuthi umkhonto wesizwe akusona isilungu leso. Asibizanga ukuthi democracy oyini into esingayazi. Umkhonto wesizwe. Uma kunzima iwona esasilungisa izinto ngawo. Ngalesikhathi ke sesilungisa ngani ngevoti lethu. Ivoti lethu linjengodokotela, linjengenyanga yethu, lizoselapha eSouth Africa ukuze sibuse nathi siyeke ukuhlala la okuhlusha kwakhona, abanye behlala kubuswa khona, kodwa kungabantu abasivakashela besuka emakubo bangabe sahamba ke ngoba kumnandi la. Sizohlala nabo futhi ngeke sibaxoshe.
Now, when it comes to the Umkhonto Wesizwe name, I like it that Jacob Zuma said we did not give our political party this fancy African Congress Nation of the Freedom Charter, whatever. We gave it a name that this is Umkhonto Wesizwe. It's a powerful prophetic name, this Umkhonto Wesizwe. It's not just any other name that you find in the street. Umkhonto Wesizwe, the spear of the nation, is a beautiful name. When it comes to privatization of ESCOM, I have told you guys 1,000,000 times. You guys think that when we go private, then the load shedding issue will come to an end. It's not true. I've made an example about the financial sector. The financial sector is free to discriminate against black people because of their skin color. When you go to a bank and you take a loan, You pay more than what a white person would be paying because you are black. And the same will happen when we privatize electricity and put it in the hands of our colonizers. They will charge white people less and they will charge us more for using electricity. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And yes, it is true. When Jacob Zuma was there was load shedding, but it was not even a quarter or even 10% of what Cyril Ramaphosa and Andre the Raider did. When Cyril Ramaphosa and Andre the Raider took over ESCOM, they managed to destroy that thing to the ground. And we know that their friends, Cyril Ramaphosa, Pravin, and all of them, Patrick Motsipe, they are in the energy, renewable and clean energy sector where they want to take over with their solar panels, whether it be with their battery installations and everything. They want to take over. So the mission for Andre the Raider was to completely destroy ESCOM and let people to be desperate so that they can call for the privatization of the state-owned companies so that they can do as they please to us. So for me, I don't want ESCOM to be privatized. Electricity is now a basic need. I could not shoot and upload videos in the morning as I usually do because there was no electricity from the early hours in the morning up to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, where I could not upload, I could not shoot, no lights, no electricity, no Wi-Fi, no network coverage, nothing. I had to wait. So excuse me for that. I know that every day 7 o'clock, you guys are used to seeing uploads, but today we are a little bit late, but we still made it on the day. For those who haven't already, click the subscribe button. Let's get to that 20,000 subscribers so that we can make sure that we get the gifts. I will be giving away 10 t-shirts to different people around the country. I already have 3 people. I forgot to choose one yesterday on the live stream. We have Trinity from Begersford. We have Utulane from Nelspruit, and then we have Utrina from Johannesburg. Trina, I'm all right with you. We are communicating on WhatsApp. Trinity and Tulane, please make sure that you send me a WhatsApp. I have replied to your emails. Please send me a WhatsApp or resend me another email again so that I can get your details to where I'm going to send those t-shirts. If you want to be one of those people who can win the t-shirt, the Pan-African School of Technology, Agriculture, and Economics, Technology and Agriculture, excuse me, the Pan African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. If you want to be one of those people who's going to win that t-shirt, make sure that you subscribe and you keep tuned in the channel so that I can pick you as a winner. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan Africanism. I salute you.